Hello and welcome to class. Today is going to be a very easy, gentle, relaxing yin restorative practice. This class is perfect for your rest days when you still want to move a little bit in your body, but you don't want to do much strength. You want to give those times for yin to your yang so that you can help your body recover and restore and relax. This class is also great for the end of your day as you're winding down to remove any tension or weight that you've been carrying with you on your shoulders all day. Now is the class to melt that all away so that you can get a good night's rest and fully recover so you're ready for another amazing day tomorrow. All of the poses in a yin style practice are on the ground, at least for today's sequence they are. All you will need is a couple of pillows or a bolster or even a couch cushion if that's all you have. And if you'd like to listen to some gentle, easy music during this class, you can look below in the description. We have our yin Spotify playlist there. And when you click that, you can turn on the shuffle and listen to some nice, easy, soft, gentle, relaxing music to help you get in the mood of removing and melting all of your tension. I recommend that you dim down the lights, maybe put on some candles, hit play on that playlist, and let's begin. We'll start on our back, so grab your pillows or your couch cushion and put them about halfway on your mat. Make your way onto your back, and then bring the pillows to your mid-back. So I'd like you to be able to bring your shoulders completely over the pillow so that the top edge of the pillow is basically at your armpit or even a little bit below so that you can really open the shoulders and let the shoulder blades sort of touch down on your back. Once you're there, straighten your legs, extend your arms out to your sides, and it might take a little bit to make some adjustments. Maybe the pillows are too high or too low. So just take maybe 30 more seconds here to settle into the mat. Get really comfortable. Remove any areas of tension so that you can fully melt into this back bend. This heart opener. Once you've settled into a space of stillness, then I invite you to close down the eyes. Seal the lips, but relax the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Begin to deepen your breath. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand and lift towards the sky. And as you exhale, let the belly button sink towards the spine as you release and relax. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Really pay very close attention to the breath. Let the breath pull you into the present moment, to pull you into this space, this time that you have devoted to yourself that you so very much deserve. Anything else that's on your mind can wait for later. You can come back to it. But for now, for the next 20 minutes or so, you're going to pay special attention to your connection to the breath. Soft, easy inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Gently blink open the eyes. Bend the legs, the soles of the feet come down onto the ground. And then gently roll over to one side. Come off the cushions. And then with the help of your hands, press yourself up to a seat. Now you're going to stay here facing the side. Maybe slide back onto your mat. And then bring the pillows or the cushion bolsters straight up to your right hip. Now you can either keep your left leg a little farther back. In yin, we actually call something similar to this deer pose. But you could also just stack your legs if you like. We're coming into a supported twist. So frame the pillows with both hands as you face the mat. Take an inhale first, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself down onto the pillows or the cushions. Bring your hands underneath your head. You can rest your head down on your hands or onto the pillows. And if you feel any tension or pain in the hips, then just adjust the legs so that you're removing any pain. What we're looking for here is to twist and stretch the mid-back. We're here for just about 30 more seconds, so if you'd like to stay here, you can. Or if you'd like to bring your left cheek onto your hands to look over to your right, then you can also increase the stretch by doing that. I won't do it since I have the microphone on, but you're welcome to. Use the strength of your arms to push the ground away, start to lift the chest up. And then rotate away from the pillows, over to your left. Keep rotating all the way until your legs come back down, and then you can bring both pillows to the left hip, and we'll switch over to the left side. So frame both pillows with the hands. And then first, lengthen the spine, elongate through the crown of the head. And then exhale, come down onto the pillows. And again, you can either look over to the right, or if you want to increase that stretch in the spine, you can also look over to the left. With each exhale, see if you can relax just a little bit more. Maybe you're holding tension in the muscles in your face, your jaw, your feet. What is there in your body that you can relax a little bit more? Begin to make your way out of the pose. Again, use the strength of your arms to lift the chest up so you're not straining your back. Then again, turn away from the pillows, turn over to your right, and then you can face the front of your mat if you'd like.
I'm going to rotate towards the camera. You can move the pillows off to the side. We're making our way into double pigeon. So I'd like you to start with your right leg down on the ground. So either the edge of your mat or the top of your mat. You're going to have almost that shin parallel with the front of the mat. And then the left leg comes on top, the left ankle on top of the right knee. So for you, maybe both of your knees are up high, and that's also okay, well, however it looks for you. But what's important here is that you imagine that you're standing on two walls, so your feet are flexed. So instead of pointing your toes here, I would like you to flex the feet. So this helps to engage the ligaments in the knees. With each exhale, see if you can just ease maybe a little bit farther forward. And let the breath be your guide to pull you deeper into the pose. So instead of using your hands or instead of forcing your chest down to the legs, really feel that connection with your body through the breath. Continue to soften. Discover a space of ease and effortlessness. Gently release and switch legs. So the bottom leg comes to the bottom, bottom leg to the bottom, left leg to the bottom, right leg on top. Flex both feet. And then with each exhale, melt your shoulders down your back. Release any muscles that are feeling tense in your face, in your jaw. Just invite some breath there. Find that subtle softness. And again, don't worry so much about how this pose looks in your body compared to my body. Maybe both of your knees are completely down. That's great. Doesn't matter. As long as you feel the sensation in the stretch in the hips, then you're doing it right. We're here for about 1 more minute. Maybe even close the eyes and see how that gives you a different experience as you explore your body from the inside out. blink open the eyes if you had them closed, and release the legs. Now move those pillows all the way off your mat. And you're going to tuck the toes under and then sit back onto the heels. So the knees are about hip distance apart. In yin, we call this a toe squat. It's fitting, right? So stay here with the toes. If you need to move your pinky toe out of the way, if your pinky toe is getting crunched, you can just lift the pinky toes up. So we're working on stretching the bottom of our feet, our plantar fascia in the feet, and our toes. So now stay here with the legs, and then you're going to bring your right arm underneath your left. We're going to take eagle arms. So you could either just cross the arms here and then maybe place the hands on opposite shoulders, and this is where you're at, and that's great. Otherwise, if you want to increase the bind, then you can also bring the backs of your hands together, or you can come all the way into eagle arms by taking that extra twist with the arms and then bringing the palms together. So whatever variation is great. If you took actually any variation, let's see if you can lift the elbows up. And then at the same time, if your backs of your hands or your hands are together, then gently bring your hands a little bit farther away from your head. So I know there's a lot of intense sensations going on here, probably. And if that's for you too, then send some breath there. See if you can calm down by focusing more on the exhale. Stay here on the toes, release the arms, and then switch. Left arm comes underneath, right arm on top. Take whatever twist you would like, and then all together bring the elbows a little bit higher and bring the hands a little bit farther away from the head. If you would like to now increase the stretch on the feet and the toes, then you can walk your knees forward just an inch, just to increase that stretch. We're here for just about 20 more seconds. So reconnect with your breath. See if you can slow it down. Beautiful, and release the arms. Lean forward, release the toes. Come onto the tops of the feet. Walk the legs back. Keep the knees about hip distance apart. We're making our way into melting heart in yin. So walk your hands forward. Start to melt your heart down towards the ground. Ideally, you have your knees still about underneath the hips. You might know this pose from yoga, also called puppy pose. But I think the yin pose, or the yin name for it, melting heart, really is a good definition of this pose. You can relax your forehead on the ground if it can reach. Maybe your chest can melt all the way down towards the ground. Not for me. It will probably never happen.
given the proportions of my long legs and short torso, but maybe it does for you. But as long as you can feel the stretch in the chest, the pecs, the shoulders, maybe even the back, then it's all good. Take about 5 more deep, slow breaths here. Release your elbows down towards the ground, and then gently press your body back. Slowly come out of that back bend heart opener. And then sit the hips off to one side and make your way onto your back. We're coming into stirrup pose, otherwise known as happy baby. So you can hold on behind the hamstrings, or if you'd like, you can hold on to the outsides of the feet, the pinky toe side of the foot. Gently bring the knees towards the armpits. Maybe you want to straighten one leg and then the other. Come back to center. And then just let the weight of your hands gently pull your knees down towards the ground. So you're not forcing anything, pushing, pulling. You're just letting the weight of your hands sort of add just the right amount of pressure on the hips. This is our last pose before we make our way into Shavasana. So if you enjoyed this class, this relaxing yin sequence, feeling so juicy in your joints, and you would like to actually take an extended version of this class, which is about 75 minutes and has double the poses, then you can head over to our Patreon channel where we have dozens of classes that are all longer than 1 hour, and this class in particular. So we'll include the link to this longer class below in the description so you can check it out and try it out another day. Sometimes I wish a yin practice would be like 2 or 3 hours, because it just feels so good once you start to melt, release, and relax. Release the legs, hug the knees into the chest, give yourself one last little squeeze, and then release the heels to the corners of your mat. For Shavasana. Tuck your shoulders under, palms face up towards the sky, and close down the eyes. Let your feet naturally fall open. And again, seal the lips. Maybe wiggle the jaw. And bring your attention to the breath. So proud of you for rolling out your mat, for taking the time to really dive into what a rest day practice looks like, giving your body an opportunity to recover, to restore. It's so important. I encourage you to stay here in Shavasana for at least 2 more minutes. But I'll be ending the video here. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat and for sharing this restful practice with me. From my heart to yours, Namaste.